The students are back in the classroom, and I know probably the last thing that parents want to hear is schools are closing down due to a COVID outbreak. But it's already happening in San Antonio and other towns across the country.
Almost all the precautions, including regular testing, have been taken down in schools. We're also seeing kids with all sorts of other colds and coughs and viruses, which make it very easy to pass a number of things, including COVID.
All right, so the rise in COVID cases is even causing some colleges and businesses to require masks. Once again, news you don't really want to hear, but thanks to vaccines and acquired immunity, well, people are less likely to be hospitalized or die from the virus than they were in 2020. But the big question now is, has the danger passed? So we want to find out with Dr. Amy Merciofsky.
That's what we have here. But she's the head of nursing at Texas A&M Central College? Central Texas. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, it's been 3 years since COVID first hit. Now it feels like, here we go again. Should people worry about catching COVID?
We should always be worried about catching COVID. Even though we've been doing this for 3 years, COVID is not finished with us. The new variants have worked really hard to evade our immunity and evade our vaccines. And so now that we're coming back together in places like schools and businesses, etc., and we're staying inside more because of the hot weather, that just gives COVID a place to play and make us sick.
Okay.
All right. So the next question we do want to fix your mic real quick, but the next question I do want to ask is, what do we know about this new strain of COVID? And another question to that is, does the current vaccine protect us? I know there's a vaccine coming out in, I think, September 12th.
Yes. So far with the new Ares variant, the symptoms don't look that much different. However, the virus has really worked to evade the vaccines. The current vaccine is of some use, but our medical and scientific experts are really telling us to be careful, get the new vaccine because it's more closely aligned. It's not going to be perfect to keep us from getting sick at all, but the chances are it will decrease this really serious infections like we really saw in 2020.
Okay, perfect. Now let's speak to the mental health of all of this. Just hearing the words COVID,
yes,
coronavirus, and pandemic, it sparks so much anxiety for so many people.
Yes. So COVID has really changed our lives. It's changed our society. It changed the way we've done business. It's changed what we have to do in our schools. And it really has put a lot of people, particularly those who have health problems already and are trying to avoid the infection, in a real state of isolation. So as much as you can, reestablishing those relationships is really important, being careful. But still trying to get back to life as much as possible is fantastic and what we really need to do.
Okay, and real quick, I do want to ask, you know, back in 2020, there was no flying, no large gatherings, and there was mask mandates. I want to ask, we're hearing this information, are we headed back in that direction?
Well, I seriously hope we're not, but I would say if I were to be going on a plane in the next little bit, I would probably be wearing a mask. If I were going to be in a large area with a lot of people, I have a couple of conventions to go to this fall. I'm going to be sure to get my booster as soon as the new booster is out, and I'll probably be wearing a mask.
Oh, wow. And speaking of that booster, can you tell us about a new vaccine that's coming out soon?
Yes. So there is a new vaccine in the works. It should be on the market around mid-September. It's going to be more closely aligned to the new variants that we're seeing. Here's another thing that's going to make everyone nervous. There's even another variant that's being detected in wastewater in the U.S. It's been being seen in Europe and Africa, but there's been a few cases in the U.S. It's being detected in the wastewater, so it's yet to be seen truly how effective the new vaccine will be on that version, but we do know it will decrease illness. The severity of illness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something to keep our eye out on for sure.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, getting up early. A lot of valuable information there. We appreciate
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
No problem.